Well, from monsters to mermaids, the military channel to Buddy the Cupcake Maven. There's at least one show on Discovery's many channels you might be addicted to. So, how does Discovery Communications plan to continue its blockbuster growth? Liz Claman is just the right person to ask. She's live at the 2013 NCTA cable show. Hi, Liz.
Hey, listen, everybody's talking about the Mermaids. We'll get to the Mermaids in a minute, but we are here at the Discovery Communications booth where they have so many channels that here on the upper band, right behind me, where they list all of the channels, there isn't enough room up there, not to mention right here on the screen behind me. They've got the Oprah Winfrey Network, Animal Planet, TLC, 3Net, which is a 3D channel, and they're coming up with something called Test Tube, which they hope will help them launch brand new hyper aggressive and hyper popular programming. Launching it all is the president and CEO of Discovery Communications, David Zaslav.
How are you?
Thank you for joining us. And let's put this behind you because this is really impressive with all of the channels. To look at all of them, David, and see that not only have you been able to fill them with content that people definitely want to see, but at the same time have a stock price that's up 48% year over year and 200% since you took over. What is the number one thing you feel you've done right over the past 2 years to really keep Discovery Communications at the helm of nonfiction broadcasting?
When I took over Discovery about a little over 7 years ago, there's no question it was the #1 platform media company in the world. We had 14 channels here in the U.S. and between 6 and 15 channels in 220 countries. But even though we had 14 channels here in the U.S., we only had one great channel, and that was Discovery. And our market share in the U.S. of viewing on cable was a little less than 4%. 14 channels and only 4% of viewing. And we were investing about $500 million in content. So the one thing that we've done is really invest in great creative people and a lot more money in content. And so today, we're spending well over $1 billion on content, and we have a great creative team, and our market share in the U.S. is now over 10%. And so investing in content, making each one of these channels better, having people spend more time with ID, with science, with Animal Planet, with Oprah Winfrey Network, and as long as we keep doing that, we'll continue to grow.
How hard is it to launch or pitch a show to Animal Planet, Discovery, to any one of your properties? What is your ratio of rejection to green light?
It's pretty high, and also the failure rate in this business is quite high. You put shows on that you love with characters that you hope people will resonate, and at least 50% of the time, those shows don't work. That's the business that we're in. So you have to have great creative people, but they also have to be resilient. With OWN, we did a lot wrong before we started doing a lot right. The last year, OWN was the number 35 channel in America. Today, Oprah's network is the number 12 network in America.
You've come a long way. And we stood here a year ago and you said it would be profitable end of this year. Any update on that?
We'll be profitable this year. It's doing much better than we thought. We're the #1 network now for African American women. And Oprah's working really hard, but she's found a great way to connect with the viewers, and they're spending a lot of time with that channel.
Well, you found a great way to connect with the Mermaid mockumentary. That is so huge. 32 million people watched that.
That was up there, right on Animal Planet.
When Animal Planet came to you with that idea of the Mermaid show, what did you think?
You never know. You never know. I mean, when I heard about Honey Boo Boo, I didn't know. There are certain things in TV. You work hard to tell a great story with great characters. Every once in a while, you hit the culture. We did it with John and Kate. We've done it with Gold Rush, where we beat the broadcasters. We did it with Honey Boo Boo and Long Island Medium. And Mermaids just captivated. But Mermaids also speaks to another issue, social media. The reason why Mermaids became so huge was when people started to watch it. They went on Twitter, they went on Facebook, and they said, are you seeing this? Can you believe it? And then it grew.
Speaking of growing, I want to talk about Test Tube really quickly as we wrap up here. We're going around to the brand new sort of addition to your playbook, and that is to add new programming. You've got this show called This Land Is Your Land. We've got the
North America.
North America, This Land Is Your Land, and then Test Tube. What do you hope to get out of Test Tube when it comes to brand new programming?
Test Tube is really what it says. It's a test. We bought a streaming video company, Revision 3. When we bought them 2 years ago, they were doing 150 million streams a month. They're now doing over 300 million, and they're the #1 nonfiction streaming business. Our view is our core business is cable and those channels that you just saw, every one of those brands. But we need to stay contemporary. If people are going on YouTube to view content, It's not the same content that we put on our channels, but we need to produce content for YouTube. We need to create brands on YouTube as well.
See, he's doing it on YouTube. He's doing it on cable. David Zaslav, Discovery Communications.
Thank you, Liz.
Great to see you.
Great to see you.
We'll
Thank you so much.
Can't wait to see the next installment of the Mermaid Show.
Next year, we'll do another one.
Okay, next year, another one. When we come back in the next hour, we've got Philippe Doman of Viacom. Big interview there of what they are doing. They just struck a big content deal with Amazon. And then we've got Matt Blank of Showtime coming up in the 3 p.m. hour, and Tom Rogers of TiVo. Yes, we will ask him about his spokesperson, Tim Tebow, and just having signed with the Patriots, and so much more news on TiVo as well. That, and we'll see you in a few minutes.